Hi everyone, this is Robert. Welcome to In Deep Geek. Filming is now well and truly underway for Season 7 of Game of Thrones, and HBO have released casting details for the new characters that we will see this season. Reading between the lines, I think that some of these characters will be crucial to how the season pans out, even if they only appear for an episode or two each. Let's start with one place where we can be pretty sure we will meet new characters. Old Town, where Sam has just arrived and where I think Jorah will soon be, seeking a cure for his grayscale. In the books, Sam meets Archmaester Marwan, a maester with a passion for magic and dragons. After spending some time with Sam, he sets off to find Daenerys. I'm sure he will appear in the show as well, probably both helping Sam and Jorah, who may well point him towards Daenerys. I think this matches up well with the casting call for a venerable priest in his 60s, with moral authority and gravitas and a characterful face. And I think this also matches up well with the actor Jim Broadbent, who has been confirmed as appearing in Season 7. For those who don't know him, he's an Oscar-winning actor who specialises in wise but complex mentoring characters like Professor Slughorn in Harry Potter or as Bridget Jones' father. Secondly, and I think most excitingly, we have two characters who I think will be linked. We have a casting call for a tall, handsome young lord in his late 20s, white with an RP accent. The RP here stands for Received Pronunciation, which is basically an upper-middle-class Southern English accent, the kind which is used by noble characters in the south of Westeros, like the Targaryens, the Lannisters and the Tyrells. In other words, it's a bit like my accent, but with slightly better diction. Now, we already know that the actress who plays Lyanna Stark is coming back for an appearance in Season 7, so I think that means that we are going to have at least one more flashback to the circumstances leading to Jon Snow's birth and the start of Robert's rebellion. The person from that time who most fits the casting call description is Rhaegar Targaryen, Jon's father. I think we may see a flashback to the tourney at Harrenhal. This is where Rhaegar shocked the nobles of the land by giving the wreath of flowers he had just won not to his wife, but to Lyanna Stark. Littlefinger told Sansa about this moment when they were in the crypts at Winterfell. He called it the moment when the smiles died. And if we have Rhaegar and Lyanna, then I wonder whether the warrior aged 35 to 45 they are seeking is a young Robert Baratheon. He is described as a tough-looking bruiser with the attack skills of a pit bull and a non-RP accent. They are looking for a top-end actor for this role, which will have a considerable amount of dialogue, as you would expect from a man about to launch a civil war in a vain attempt to win back the woman he loves. Then there are a couple of characters that are probably going to be involved in the battles of Season 7. First, we have a disciplined warrior in his 20s of Middle Eastern descent. This probably means a Dothraki lieutenant, which makes sense as Dany is hardly likely to keep the Horde kicking their heels in Dragonstone for long. The showrunners often like to have a recognisable character to lead or be the representative of an army, like Daario was for the Second Sons or Grey Worm is for the Unsullied. So this character is likely to be the new recognisable face of the Dothraki. There were also casting calls for a general with an RP accent. I imagine that the Lannisters will be attacking the Tyrells at some point in the season, so it would make sense for there to be a Tyrell general introduced now that Cersei has killed almost all of the Tyrells that we had previously been introduced to. Then there are a couple of city guards. One casting call specified a northern accent, so I predict this will be at Winterfell, probably over a series of encounters. Arya returning, Bran returning, Jon heading south, and so on. The other is probably for Highgarden or Castle Rock. And finally, there is, of course, and I quote, a lovely lady, who will be required to appear naked, obviously. This is Game of Thrones after all. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you want to see more like this one, please click on the subscribe button. And if you want to support the channel in other ways, please check out my Patreon page. Thanks again. That's all for this time. I'll see you again real soon.